Hello everyone, how are you all? I hope you all good and welcome to Current Affairs Influx. Let's begin today's daily current affairs. March 24th, we observe World Tuberculosis Day. And theme of the World Tuberculosis Day for the year 2022 is Invest to End TB, Save Lives. Here this day is observed every year on 24th of March to create awareness among the public about the global epidemic of tuberculosis and efforts to eliminate the disease. And this date whereas the date marks the day in 1882 when Robert Koch announced that he had discovered the bacterium that causes TB. And this is a potentially serious infection disease that which mainly affects on lungs. And the bacteria that also that cause tuberculosis also spread from one person to other through tiny droplets released into the air via coughs or sneezes. And this can also affect other parts of your body, which includes kidneys, spine, or the brain. Where if you see about the TB, India has aimed to end the TB by the year 2025, whereas United Nations SDGs, that is Sustainable Development Goals, include ending the TB epidemic by 2030 under Goal 3. Here the theme of the world Here, the theme of the World Tuberculosis Day is Invest to End TB, Save Lives. Next one, International Day for the Right to the Truth. Next, if we here the March 24th, we also observe International Day for the Right to the Truth. Here the United Nations has recognized March 24th to be observed as the International Day for the Right to the Truth concerning gross human rights violation and for the dignity of victims every year. Where this day is first observed in the year 1980 on 24th of March uh, by the United Nations. And this day aims to pay tribute to those who have devoted their lives or lost their lives in the struggle to promote and protect human right for all. Next one. Chennai Super Kings and ICICI Bank partners for co-branded credit card. Here, the ICICI Bank has announced that it has partnered with CSK, which is the one of the India's most successful cricket teams, to introduce a co-branded credit card. And this card, dubbed the CSK's Chennai Super King ICICI Bank credit card, which has been expressly developed with a range of exclusive perks for the iconic team's millions of cricket fans. And this new card is a part of limited edition line of co-branded credit cards which is offered by the ICICI Bank, and which allow sports fans to interact with their favorite teams while also taking advantages of the credit card features. If you see, the MD and CEO of ICICI Bank is Sandeep Bakshi, where it is headquartered at Mumbai, Maharashtra, and the tagline of ICICI Bank is Hum Hena Kayal Aapka. Next one. Kerala becomes first state to introduce carbon neutral farming methods. Here, the Kerala is set to become the first state in the country to introduce carbon neutral farming methods in selected locations. And for this, the government has set aside set aside an amount of 6 crores in 2022 and 23 budget. In the first phase, carbon neutral farming will be implemented in 13 farms under the Agriculture Department and tribal areas, whereas in the second phase, the model carbon neutral farms will be developed in all the 140 assembly constituencies. Here, if you see, the governor of Kerala is Arif Mohammad Khan and the chief minister is Pinarayi Vijayan. Next one. Government set the target to create 220 new airports by 2025. Here, the Union Minister of Civil Aviation, Jyotiraditya Scindia, has stated that the government has set a target of building 220 new airports by the year 2025. And in response to the Civil Aviation Ministry request for grants, Scindia stated that India has made progress in both domestic and foreign travel during the COVID-19 pandemic, and whereas the cargo flights for perishable food items will be boosted by 30% in the next few years with 133 new flights. Here, the Union Minister of Civil Aviation is under Jyotiraditya Scindia. Next one. OECD projects India's GDP for financial year 23 at 8.1 percentage. Here, the full form of OECD is Organization for Economic Cooperation and Development. It has retained the outlook for India's real GDP at low at 5.5 percentage in fiscal year 24, which is lower than 8.1 percentage in 22 and 23, where it has projected FY23 would be the GDP growth would be 8.1 percentage. For FY24 it would be 5.5 percentage only. Next one, a book titled Unfilled Barrels India's Oil Story, authored by Richa Mishra. Here, this book titled Unfilled Barrels, which is authored by Richa Mishra, will be released soon. Where Richa Mishra is a journalist with the Hindu business line, and this book highlights the key role played by Keshav Dev Malavia, who was a petroleum minister in the 1970s with a degree in oil technology, and the emergence of the other stakeholders from public sector enterprises, including ONGC. And it also fiercely competitive private players like uh, uh, Cairn Energy and the Mukesh Ambani's RIL. Here, the author of this book, titled Unfilled Barrels, is Richa Mishra. Next one, World Tennis number 1 Ashleigh Barty announces retirement. Here, the Australian female tennis player Ashleigh Barty has announced retirement from tennis at the age of 25 years, where she has won 3 Grand Slams single titles: the French Open in 2019, and the Wimbledon in 2021, and the Australian Open in 2022. Apart from playing tennis, she has also played semi-professional cricket during her break from tennis between 2014 to 16. Next one, Devendra Jajharia became first para-athlete to receive Padma Bhushan. Here, the Devendra became the first para-athlete to receive the Padma Bhushan award, where he has won many Paralympic medals, which including gold at the 2004 Paralympics in Athens and 2016 Rio Games, and silver medal at the 2020 Tokyo Olympics. Where if we see, Avani Lekar, who is a parachuter, was also awarded the Padma Shri Award in the sports category, and where Avani Lekar is the first Indian woman to win 2 Paralympics medals in the same games, as well as the first Indian woman to earn Paralympic gold. Next one. Thank you everyone. Stay safe and stay strong.